Welcome to another interesting episode of Pastor Lanre Uncensored. Today, we have a very interesting subject that we're discussing. We are continuing on what we started talking about last week. And last week, we talked about why the rise in the cases of female infidelity. Why the rise of cases of female infidelity. I have some friends in the studio that's going to help me discuss this matter. But before we jump into that discussion, let's take this time of worship with the very anointed Doris Francis.
That is who you are. You are my God, and your name is Yahweh. Your name is Yahweh. Yahweh. You are my God, and your name is Yahweh. Your
Wow, what an incredible time of worship with the ever so anointed Doris Francis. Now, welcome back. Let's jump into this conversation. You know, last week we were able only to just open up the conversation by talking about the things that women consider to be the reason why there is a rise on female infidelity. What that simply means is more and more women are stepping outside the confines of their marriages to have extramarital affairs. And with me in the studio to discuss that are two incredible women. Last week I had one of them on the show, and today I've decided to add another person to it so that we can have a very robust conversation. So please welcome Sister Bimbola Aigbedion. She was with us last week. Thank you very much, Auntie Bimbo, for coming. Thank you. And also one of the pastors in our church. She oversees the children's church and all of that. Married to an incredible man, one of our pastors. Please also make welcome Pastor Angela Onoche. All right. So, now let me say this. On this platform today, like between these two women, this is 38 years of marriage. 38 years of marriage. On this platform today, 38 years of marriage. Sister Bimbo has been married for 21 years. Pastor Angela has been married for 17 years. So there's a lot of experience here. Now, from our conversations last week, basically three things kept coming up why women engage in extramarital affairs. One was sexual dissatisfaction. Yes. What was the second one? I'm trying to remember. Why did he just leave me? Yes, there's revenge. Thank you very much. There's revenge, and I think economic reasons or something like that. I'm not too sure.
And loneliness.
And loneliness. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to ask them to speak to all these things in the time that we have, and hoping that someone will get something that will help their marriage, help their relationship today. So, ladies, over to you, really. Who wants to go first?
I would go first.
Okay, cool.
I would want to take the spiritual angle to it.
Okay.
You know, when we are about to get married, we need to look at our historicity.
Okay.
My mother's marriage, my grandmother's marriage, my great-grandmother's marriage, what is the trend? Sometimes infidelity is the trend.
Okay.
Sometimes infidelity is the trend, and that just drops on the woman's lap. If the woman does not notice, she may fall into it. She may fall into it.
Okay.
That's the spiritual angle.
All right.
Another thing I would like to talk about is bad company. The Bible tells us that bad company corrupts good manners or good character.
Yeah.
Who you walk with, who you hang around, would influence what you do at the end of the day, if you're not a strong personality. Now, if most of your friends think that infidelity is no big deal, you may end up towing that line. So, I'll allow my sister to take over from there.
All right, yeah.
Just like I was discussing with Pastor Angela before the show started, infidelity acts as a mark for pre-existing conditions or pre-existing problems.
Wow.
In a marriage.
Okay.
And for a woman to go out there and cheat is her own way of screaming out that she needs help.
Okay, Auntie Bimbo, can we pause there? So, is it possible to say that if a man goes out to cheat, it's his own way of screaming help? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. All right, please continue.
For a man,
yeah,
especially, a man that is not well grounded in the Word of God. A man can go into I won't say a relationship. A man can indulge in infidelity. It goes in and comes out without any form of connection. But for a woman, most of the time there is a connection between that woman and
That man.
the extramarital partner.
Let me ask. So, is this true in all cases? That women will only have sexual relations with someone that they are connected to?
Not in all cases. In the case of revenge, a woman that wants to revenge
Does not care.
it does not really matter to her who she goes down with.
Jesus.
She's not going in for the passion.
She's not going in for the part. She just wants to, get back at her husband.
Okay. There are issues here. But, okay, so you get back at your husband. Do you now go and tell the husband, see what I have done? Or it's just a personal satisfaction that I am doing exactly what you are doing and it is paining you? Because the consequence of that may not be something she's willing to deal with.
Most of the time, it's a secret satisfaction.
It's a secret.
Most of the time.
So
Okay.
the control, the knowledge that she knows something that the man doesn't
Does not
know.
know.
Oh. Men, see our life. All right, please continue to Bimbo. I'm learning a lot here. I'm hearing stuff.
So for a woman, she might not set out to actually have an affair, from the get-go. It might just be that she needs somebody to talk to. So somebody who would tell her that she's looking good today. Somebody she can confide in. And then gradually, unknowingly, she goes into it.
Yeah, everybody, both men and women, have their vulnerable moments.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody. Now, what you do and who you speak to
When you're vulnerable.
is very important.
Okay.
It may lift you up or lead you down a very dark path. Yes. Okay, I'm a career woman. You see people that start out, can you imagine? My husband didn't tell me good morning this morning, and and a male colleague, don't mind him, I'll be telling you good morning. Before you know it, innocently, the guy outside did not plan it, the woman did not plan it, it now becomes emotional infidelity. Because when she needs somebody to scratch her emotional itch, she goes to the colleague in the office. Remember that 8 hours of the day, they are together in the office.
Oh.
And it's innocent. Before you know it, they become entangled in what they did not plan. Both the guy outside and the
woman.
lady. So we need to be careful who we speak to when we are vulnerable. I don't think that you should even be talking to a guy when you're vulnerable.
But we're more understanding.
Sir. There are some guys out there who would truly want to help you. It's not every guy that is bad, but there are some predators.
All right. Did you hear that? It's not every guy that's bad.
No,
Let me say that again. It's not every guy that's bad.
no, sir.
There are good guys in this world. Good guys.
They are good, clean guys that would discourage a woman when they see the woman turning to them
Yeah.
for support. Innocently, though, they would cut it down. But there are some guys that,
Prey
when
on
a
those
lion
kind of
sees a wounded animal,
Wow.
that's it.
Wow.
They would tell the woman everything she wants to hear. And the lady innocently, it leads her down that path.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Please continue, Auntie Bimbo. So what
Another
else? Yeah.
aspect that I want to raise is what I discussed with you earlier. Unfinished business with an old flame.
Unfinished business with an old flame.
Yes.
Please explain.
Okay, 2 people were going out when they were in the university, and then for whatever reason, they didn't end up together. And maybe they're on the same school platform or something, or they bump into each other. And they start
Chatting.
chatting again. And gradually, the lady starts seeing that old flame as somebody she can confide in, she can talk to, forgetting that there was a reason that they broke up in the first place. You see, the mind can be selective because at that point in time or at that moment, she can't remember why they broke up. And then she starts comparing him with the husband, forgetting that when they were in the university, they didn't really have worries, so to speak. You know, she calls him every time she has a quarrel with the husband, and gradually they plan to meet somewhere, and then something starts. For every act of infidelity, you have three things that accompany infidelity. You have secrets, you have lies, and you have deceit.
Secret, lies, and deceit.
Yes, those three must be there.
Wow. Secret, lies, and deceit. All right, please continue.
It's not the sex. A lot of women did not start out to have sex. Maybe they just need somebody to confide in, to talk to, you know, to rub their emotional backs. And then one thing always leads to another. Because most of the time, a woman gets connected with the person she's having an affair with, whether emotionally or physically. Like I said earlier, a guy can afford to go in and come out, and there's no connection whatsoever. But for a woman, she's using that man as a kind of replacement in her life, in her relationship. You know, women are generally relationship oriented. So if in the eyes of the woman, her husband is not giving her that thing she badly craves for, she will look for something or somebody as a form of replacement.
Sure. Men,
it could be a job. It could
they
be
say we are just replacement.
It could be a job. It could be business. It could be another man.
You know, this is an interesting thought because at times the men feel they're the one using the women, not knowing that they are the ones being used. This interesting. All right. So the issue of sexual dissatisfaction, like some of the respondents last week said, does not really come. See, does sexual dissatisfaction in a marriage make a woman cheat? Yes or no?
Yes.
In some cases, yes.
Yes.
You know, I find that worrying because growing up as men, they've always made it look like sex was a man's problem.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Yes, you're very wrong, Pastor.
All right,
You're wrong.
Educate me, please.
Sex is a need, both for men and for women.
You people have deceived us.
And for some women, as they get older, that need increases.
The libido goes up.
Yes.
For some women.
Especially when they get to that middle age. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know, Pastor Lanre, I don't know. Maybe you ask the men if for them the libido comes down.
For some men, it goes down because of the cares of this world. Economic issues, finances, and they have a lot of things on their minds.
Okay. What can these women do to help these men who cannot keep up because the load of the world is on them? They have all this stressors to deal with.
For some ladies, they don't actually cheat with real men. It could be the sex toys.
Okay.
That they cheat with.
Please continue the conversation. All right. Wow. Okay. All right. So we've agreed that can lead to infidelity.
Yes.
And that as women grow older, the libido rises.
Yes.
That's a tough place for men because we're trying to get men off all this aphrodisiacs, and if this is the situation at home, what hope do men have? And you know, anyway, not here. Okay, let's leave that alone. All right. let's talk about. We've talked a bit about revenge. All right. I still find it interesting that just knowing that you are secretly doing, but it's not harming the person, because if the person does not know, the person does not know.
It's their own way of punishing the person. They have the control. They feel they have the knowledge, the power, and the control. It's not the passion, actually. So in their minds is their own way of punishing.
How can you be punishing someone that is oblivious of the fact that you are doing this stuff?
How do we?
You know. Let me give an instance, but not in all cases.
You know, because for a guy, I'm thinking if he's really hurt and he feels that the woman he's going to do it and make you see it.
Some women actually make the man see it, but not in this climb. You know?
Okay, not in our climb. Okay.
Not in this climb. Yes.
Okay, I guess.
Not in this climb. Let me give an example. If, for instance, the man and the woman, they're always at it, the woman is accusing him, and all that, and then all of a sudden, she doesn't care.
Oh.
All of a sudden, she doesn't.
Indifference sets in.
Is it that she doesn't care? But and the guy will be thinking that maybe she's gotten over
that
her
indifference
suspicions.
may be that, okay, I'm done mentally with this. You know what? You do what you want to do. That indifference could also mean that, okay, you do your stuff, I do mine.
She dresses well, she goes out when she likes, comes in when she likes. She's always on the phone with somebody, she's chatting with somebody, she's always laughing with somebody. And the husband knows it's not him. So he keeps wondering, he cannot come out to ask what is going on. She's enjoying the fact that he knows that something is up, but he can't come out to ask.
Why can't he come out to ask? I'm just wondering. Why? Okay.
Where would he get the courage to ask when
If
he knows that he's guilty or he's been guilty of this?
She changes her perfume. She changes her wardrobe. She starts doing things she wasn't doing before.
No, but
that does not mean that for every woman that does that is cheating.
Okay. It may just be, you know what, if you don't want to work on this marriage, I'm just going to go on with my life. I'm going to face my career. I'm going to do like this. I'm going to do stuff for me, which is understandable. Okay. Someone said something about society becoming more forgiving of infidelity with women. Do you think so?
This society, not
society generally.
It's not in our part of the world.
Not in our part of the world.
You think so? I don't think so. I think I actually kind of agree that society has become more forgiving of infidelity generally, which is annoying, but that is what it is.
You know, this society is more forgiving of infidelity for men. That's my opinion.
Okay.
For men. You know how men do now. You know, he'll come back. You know. But for a woman, it's tough. Except...
So why are they so brazen?
You know, there is a different set of women that don't care.
Yes.
They don't care. If it makes me happy, I do it. That's a different set of women. If he wants to leave, no problem.
Abi?
That's a different set of women, you know.
Okay. So you don't think society is more forgiving?
For women, no. I don't
think so.
But let's say that for women, maybe they have more opportunities to cheat now than they did
in our parents' time.
In our parents' time, yes.
Why? Okay, work. Okay.
And
technology,
yes.
Social media. You're able to connect with people that you've not connected with in years. So,
all right, let's bring this to a close. So, I'm going to ask the two of you to look into that camera and speak to women who are thinking of stepping out of their marriages. What advice would you give them? I mean, they feel the marriage is in a bad place. They feel they are hurt. They are dissatisfied. There are things that are going on. Maybe it's even for economic reasons. Maybe the man is not able to provide. Things are tough. They feel, I mean, if I do this, I get something in terms of pecuniary gain and things like that. Would you just look into the camera and from as a woman to another woman who is watching right now and speak to them and give a word of advice?
I would like to tell my sisters out there, there's hope for your marriage. There's hope. Things will always turn around for the better, except your life is being threatened. Sit down and try to work on your marriage. The grass always looks greener on the other side, I tell you. But if you cross over to the other side, it will not be what you thought. Work on your marriage. Work with your husband. And pray, short of sounding like a broken record. Prayer. God does really answer prayers.
Yes, it does.
God does answer prayers. If it's a sexual problem, God answers prayers. You know, if it's a financial problem, God does answer prayers. Do your part, commit it to God, and watch Him change your story. Thank you.
All right. All right, Auntie Bimbo.
I would like to tell all the sisters out there that for me, you should work on yourselves spiritually and work on yourselves in other areas of your life too. Work on your self-esteem. Know that all that glitters is not always gold. If you see somebody who is doing something that you want to go into and it seems as if it's working for that person, you might not know the whole story. So it's better you sit down and ask yourself what you really want out of the situation. And like Pastor Angela said, there is always hope. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't have to end in a divorce. Work on yourself spiritually, work on yourself physically, and in other areas too. And I believe that God will come to your aid.
I would like to say something. Marriage is not a walk in the park. Marriage is hard work. Every beautiful couple walking around, they put in hard work. If you're willing to put in that hard work, your marriage will work. If both of you, your husband and yourself, are willing to put in the work, your marriage will work. Marriage is not a walk in the park. It's hard work. Thank you.
And finally, you need to be mindful of the people you move with. You need to be mindful of the kind of things you watch, the kind of things you read. Because these things can actually destroy one's thought life unknowingly.
All right. A lot has been said. My closing remarks. You've heard all that the women have said. I've refrained from speaking a lot in this episode because I wanted you to hear from the women. But what I'm about to say applies both to women, it applies both to men. Anyone at all, either male or female, that is willing to jeopardize another person's happiness for their own happiness is not who you want to spend the rest of your life with. So if you are with this person other than your husband who's telling you, leave your husband and come to me, and is willing to break your home and jeopardize the future of your children just so that he can be happy, think about it. I don't think that's the kind of person you want to spend the rest of your life with. It works both ways. If someone is asking you to leave your wife and come to me and come and be with me, and they've put their happiness above that of every other person, that is a very selfish person. I don't think that is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. All right, until we come your way again with another episode of Pastor Lanre Uncensored. Keeping on. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. God bless you. Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.